and welcome to my brand new podcast, and welcome to episode 1. My name is Kris Connell, and I thought during my COVID-19 lockdown, the pandemic that is currently taking the world by storm, I thought I would start a podcast. Now, I may be pretty late to the table with this one, but I thought I'd give it a shot. You know, I've got all the facilities to record, and normally I go in the studio and I record songs and whatnot, but I thought I will turn my attention and give me something to do and record a bit of a daily, if I can, daily thing, get my podcast going of my lockdown. We are, as a nation or as a world, we are all in the exact same position at the minute. We are all locked down, under lock and key, so to speak, because of this thing which is going around, this COVID-19, the coronavirus. It is claiming hundreds, if not thousands, of lives per day, and if you ask me, I think it's only going to get worse before it gets better. But anyway, I don't want this to turn into some kind of political kind of podcast. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am called Kris. I work in the entertainment industry. I'm not an actor, before you say, and it's certainly not the other kind of entertainment you might have been thinking of. I actually work in my local community theatre. I am a lighting and sound technician. I press all the buttons and all the wizardry that make things work. Currently, the arts have been heavily affected with the COVID-19 outbreak, and there is a lot of actors unemployed and also technicians like myself. I am fortunate enough to actually have a stable job in one place, so my job really isn't affected, other than the building where I work is closed down. We cannot do any shows, so we cannot do anything for the public, so I can't work. And I can't particularly work from home, which is why I've taken this conscious effort to start a little podcast. Hopefully things will pick up soon and go back to normal so we can carry on with life as it was before this thing struck and knocked us all down. So, life in lockdown, what has it been like for me? Well, I'm currently on day, I think, number 5 in lockdown, and if I'm honest with you, I've actually quite enjoyed it. It's been nice just to have a bit of a break and a bit of a relax. And, you know, I don't have to worry about getting up and going to work to do a get-in or whatever. It's been nice just to have a little bit of a break. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we are all in the same position. We're all in lockdown, and some of us are in a worse position than others. I live with my parents temporarily, both who are over 60, and my mum has got a lot of underlying health issues, so she is currently in more of a lockdown than others, let's just say. So that itself has affected me and my family because, you know, even though the temptation is there to go out for a little walk, get some fresh air, whatever, we can't because, you know, she's had the official letter, you know, she's got to stay indoors for 12 weeks. So you can imagine that is driving her absolutely up the wall, as it probably is with a lot of us as well. Personally, I've spent the majority of my time so far cooking and cleaning and getting little jobs done around the house, little jobs which you think, oh, I'll save it for a rainy day or whatever. And unfortunately, that time has come that there is no more excuses to do anything. You know, I'm sure there's lots of husbands out there whose wives have been nagging for months and months about doing the garden or doing some work around the house, and the blokes turn around and say, oh, I'll do it when I've got a bit of free time. Well, now, guys, you have got no excuses. This is your free time. You've got to do the work. I'm pretty sure in saying that when all this is over, everybody in the country is going to have the most immaculate and well-presented and well-decorated houses because everybody seems to be doing the same thing. The other day I was out power washing the garden, and the amount of distant hums and noises you could hear from people doing the exact same. I'm thinking to myself, next there's going to be a water ban, there's going to be a water drought, you can't use a hose pipe because of the amount of people doing the same work. You know, one thing that people probably will be finding the most difficult currently at the minute because of this lockdown is keeping in touch with people and seeing friends and seeing family. For me personally, family and friends mean everything to me, and the fact that I can't no longer go and see them is pretty heartbreaking. But I want to touch on a topic, and this is going to be the first topic for this podcast. It's going to be the wonders of modern day technology and just how they have helped and are helping millions of people currently in this exact same position, keep in contact with all their loved ones, all their friends, all their family, even being able to work from home as well. As I mentioned, both my parents are over 60. They are not, I wouldn't say they're technophobes as such, but, they're not down with the tech as a lot of people are. So the other morning, I introduced my mum to FaceTime and being able to make a video call. She absolutely loved it. It meant she could contact her children and her grandchildren without actually coming in contact with them. I think a lot of us would be in a far worse position than what we are now if we didn't have the wonders of modern technology. I got a lot of friends in the entertainment industry, in the arts, who are singers and actors and things, and social media especially has helped them tenfold to be able to carry on doing what they do and share it to the nation, share it to the world, because that is their passion, that is what they love to do. And the fact that they are still able to do that is remarkable. Once of a day, if we'd have been in this position, as in the past with past pandemics, the Asian flu, the polio, things like that, modern day technology and social media was not around. There was no such thing as Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or whatever. You literally, you were isolated, you stayed indoors, you didn't do or go anywhere or see anybody. We are very fortunate with who we are today that we can actually do that. The fact, today is Friday, the 27th of March. It's just been released in the news that our Prime Minister Boris Johnson has tested positive for the virus himself. But he's still able to stay at home, self-isolate and run the country from his bedroom if he wanted to, because he can FaceTime, he can video chat, he can conference call, he can do whatever in front of a camera and still communicate with all his work colleagues, all his ministers, whatever, cabinet people, whatever you call them. He can still do his job. But anyway, I don't want to go too much into, like I say, the politics and everything. I don't do politics. But I just want to spread the word that I am grateful for the modern day tech and the social media and the tools we have got access to today, so we can keep in contact with all our loved ones and family and friends. I'm going to start wrapping this up now. This is just my very first podcast, so I'm going to keep it very short and sweet. I'd like to invite some people on to have a chat. Obviously I can't do it face to face because of self-isolation rules, but I can do it over the phone. And I think it will be a great opportunity if you people listening would like me to carry on, and maybe if something of interest to you, maybe if I was to speak to various people and see how the lockdown has affected them, what methods they're using to keep themselves busy and entertained, how, as I mentioned, technology and social media has helped me and keeping me out of trouble. How is it also helping others and keeping them out of trouble as well? Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'm sure you'll find a way to get in contact. I'm sure you can drop comments and things. But yeah, I've quite enjoyed doing this so far. I think it could be something that I might want to do more of. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thank you very much for listening. Keep being safe, keep being careful, and most importantly, keep washing those hands.